Hello, this is Mrs. Ridgway. I'm going to be covering Excel Chapter 2 Module Tutorial. If you would like to follow along, begin with me on page 5. Number 1, I have opened up Excel 2-1 Workbook and I have saved it as Excel 2 Sales with my last name. Number 2, in the documentation sheet, enter your name in B4 and the date in B5. As you can see, I have done that. Click cell A1 to make it the active cell. On the Home tab in the Font group, click the font arrow to display the gallery of fonts available on your computer. Scroll down the fonts gallery until you see Arial Black in the All Fonts list. Live Preview shows the effect the Arial Black font on the text in cell A1. Point to 3 other fonts in the list to see the live preview. Click Calibri Light. The company name in cell A1 changes to the Calibri Light font. Number 8, in the font group, click the font size arrow to display a list of font sizes and point to 28 as your live preview, and then click 28. The font size of the company name is now 28 points. In the font group, click bold. The text changes to bold font. Click cell A2. This is now the active cell. In font group, click the font size arrow and click 16 for the size. Page 6, number 12. In the font group, click italic. The company slogan is italicized. Select the range A4 through A6 and press bold. The text in the selected range changes to bold. Click cell A7 to deselect. Now we're going to apply a font color. Page 7. To change the font color of the company name and slogan, select the range A1 and A2. These contain the company name and slogan. Number 2, on the Home tab in the font group, click the font color arrow to display the gallery of theme and standard colors. Number 3, in the standard colors section, point to the light blue color. Click the light blue color. Page 8, we're going to format text selections within a cell. To format part of the company name in light green, we're going to double-click cell A1 to select the cell, and then it enters us into edit mode. The status bar shows edit to indicate that you are working with the cell in edit mode. Number 2, drag the pointer over the word bay to select it. A mini toolbar appears above the selected text with buttons to change the font, size, style, and color of the selected text in the cell. In this instance, you want to change the font color. On the mini toolbar, click the font color arrow and then point to the light green color in the standard colors section. Click the light green standard color. The mini toolbar closes and the selected text changes to light green. In addition to font colors, you can also change the colors within cells. By default, worksheet cells do not include any background color, but filling a cell's background with color, also known as fill color, can be helpful for highlighting data and different parts of the worksheet or adding visual interest to a report. The same selection of colors used to change the color of cell text can be used to change the cell background. The bottom of page 9. We're going to change the font and fill colors in the documentation sheet. Select the range A4 through A6. On the Home tab, in the Font group, click the Fill Color arrow, which looks like the paint bucket. And then click the light blue color in the standard colors. In the Font group, click the Font Color arrow. And then click White Background 1 color. The labels are formatted as white text on a light blue background. Number 4, select the range A4 through B6. B4 through B6. And then format the cells with the light blue standard font color and the white background 1 theme fill color. So that's the paint bucket. Page 10, increase the width of column B to 30 characters. And then wrap the text in the selected range. Number 6, select the range A4 through B6. And then add all borders around each of the selected cells. Click cell A7 to deselect the range. Now we're going to be setting the worksheet tab color. Fill colors can also be used with the sheet tabs. To change the tab color of the documentation sheet, we're going to right-click the documentation sheet tab. A shortcut menu appears with options related to the sheet tab. On the shortcut menu, point to Tab Color. In the Theme Colors section, click Gold Accent 4. The Documentation Sheet tab now has a gold fill. Because the documentation sheet is the active sheet, its sheet tab shows a gold highlight. Number 4, click the Sales Report tab to make it the active sheet. Now you can see that the solid gold sheet tab color for the inactive documentation sheet is showing now. Number 5, click the Documentation Sheet tab to make documentation the active sheet. Although you can change the sheet tab fill color, you cannot change its text color or text style. Page 11, adding a background image. Another way to add visual interest to worksheets is with a background image. To add a background image to the documentation sheet, we're going to click the Page Layout tab at the top, and this will display the page layout options. In the Page Setup group, click Background. The Insert Pictures dialog box opens with options to search for an image from a file on your computer. or you can search from the Bing image server or on your OneDrive account. Click the From a File option. The Sheet Background dialog box opens. In the Sheet Background dialog box, navigate to Excel Chapter 2 Module folder. And then click Support Background. The image is added to the background of the documentation sheet. If you want to remove a background image from a worksheet, click the Delete Background button in the Page Setup group on the page layout. Page 12, Using Functions and Formulas with Sales Data. The section at the top of your worksheet compares sales from the current and previous year. Stefan has compiled the following sales data: gross sales, the total amount of sales incomes from the 20 stores. Cost of sales, this is the cost for supplying the sales items in those 20 stores. Operating expenses, this is the cost of running those 20 stores. Net profit or loss is the difference between the income from the gross sales and the total cost of sales and operating expenses. And then we have the items sold, the total number of items sold by the 20 stores. To calculate Bristol Bay's sales and profit loss, click the Sales Report Sheet tab. Click cell C6. Type the formula equals sum C26 through N45. Close the parenthesis and then press enter. Through N45. There. This calculates the total gross sales from the 20 Bristol Bay stores in the current year, and we pressed enter to show that amount. Cell C6 displays 72,676,000. Wow, indicating that the 20 Bristol Bay stores had about 72.7 million in home furnishing sales during the current year. In cell C9, enter the formula equal C6 equal C6 minus parenthesis C7, okay, C7 plus C8. Close the parenthesis. This calculates the current year's net profit or loss, which is equal to the difference between the gross sales and the sum of the cost of sales and operating expenses. Cell C9 displays 5,248,000, which is basically 5.25 million. Number 4, copy the formula in cell C9 and paste it into cell D9. D9 should now be showing 5.1 million. Now we're going to calculate the per store statistics. In cell C15, enter the formula equal C6 divided by C22. This calculates the gross sales per store for the current year. The formula returns 3.6 million in gross sales during the year. Number 2, in cell C16, enter the formula equal C7 divided by C22. This calculates the cost of sales per store for the year. The formula returns somewhere around 1 million in home furnishing sales costs. Page 13. In cell C17, enter the formula equal C8 divided by C22 to calculate the operating expenses per store for the year. The formula returns somewhere around 2.3 million. Number 4, in cell C18, enter the formula equal C9 divided by C22. This calculates the net profit or loss per store for the year. The formula returns the value around $262,400. Number 5, in cell C20, enter the formula equal C11 divided by C22. This calculates the units sold per store for the year. The returns shows a typical store sold more than 70,000 units. Number 6, copy the formulas in the range C15 through C20 and paste them into the range D15 through D20. Click cell B4. And this will deselect the range. Step on also wants to report how the company's sales and expenses have changed from the previous year to the current year. And to do this, you will calculate the net change in the sales statistics as well as the percent change. All right, so let's flip to page 14. To calculate the net and the percent changes, in cell E6, enter the formula equal C6 minus D6. This calculates the difference in gross sales between the previous year and the current year. The formula returns about 2.15 million. In cell F6, enter the formula equal parenthesis C6 minus D6 parenthesis divided by D6. This calculates the percent change in gross sales from the previous year to the current year. The formula returns an increase in gross sales of about 3.04%. Next, we're going to copy and paste the formulas in cells E6 and F6 to the rest of the cells data to calculate the net change and percent change from the previous year to the current year. Select the range E6 through F6, and then copy the selected range. I'm going to delete, since there's nothing, no numbers to pull from, I'm going to delete where it shows these arrows. Select the non-adjacent range, E7, okay, so I got ahead of myself, and then paste the formulas into there. I just copied them down. Let me look to see in the book if these are correct. Yes, these are correct. Okay, click A4 to deselect. The bottom of the worksheet contains the home furnishing sales from each store during each month of the current year. We're going to use the sum function to calculate the total gross sales for each store during the entire year, the total monthly sales of all the 20 stores, and the total gross sales of all stores and months. Page 15. To calculate different subtotals of the gross sales, scroll down and to the right and click cell P25. Type yearly totals, just like you see it in the book. Yearly totals as the label, and then press enter. Cell P26 is now the active cell. In cell P26, enter the formula equals sum C26 through, that's the colon, N26. Close the parenthesis and press enter. This calculated the total gross sales for the store located in Tacoma, Washington. Tacoma store had a total gross sale of around $3,942,000 in its home furnishing department. Okay, number 3, we're going to copy the formula in cell P26 to the range P27 through P45. I'm just going to double click on, see if it'll work here. It did not, so we're going to go through and drag the fill handle. Oh, we're to go to 45. This is a quick way to copy your formulas. Next, we're going to calculate the monthly gross sales across all stores. Number 4, click cell B46. B46. Enter monthly totals. And then press tab. Select the range. Okay, we're going to press tab, and then we're going to select the range C46 through N46. On the Home tab, we're going to click the Auto Sum. So click on Home and then choose Auto Sum. Okay, this calculated the sum of the gross sales for each month. Number 7, click cell P46 and then click Auto Sum, okay, up at the top, and this will insert the formula equals sum P26 through P45, and we're going to then press Enter. The formula returns the value for the Northwest store's entire year. These are the gross sales for their entire year. Let's see here, okay, matching the value shown earlier in C6. Let's see, 72, let's go up to C6, 72, that's exactly right. Click cell P47, oh, I'm just going to click anywhere to deselect. Okay, so next we're going to be formatting numbers. We're going to be applying number formats, and cells start out formatted with the general format, which for the most part displays numbers exactly as they are typed. If a value is calculated from a formula or function, the general format displays as many digits after the decimal point as will fit in the cell and rounds the last digit. Excel supports two monetary formats. There's the accounting format and the currency format. The accounting format places the currency symbol at the left edge of the column and displays negative numbers within parentheses and zero values with a dash. The currency format places the currency symbol directly to the left of the first digit of the monetary value and displays negative numbers with a negative sign. If you'll look at the bottom of page 16, you will see the difference between accounting and currency number format. Page 17, Stefan wants you to format the gross sales values in the accounting format so that they are easier to read. So we're going to do this. Select the range C6 through E6. These contain the gross sales for the current and previous year and the net change between the years. On the Home tab, in the number group, all right, click the accounting number format, and that is the $sign. The numbers are formatted in the accounting format. You cannot see the format because the cells display a lot of pound symbols. The selected cells display the pound symbols because the formatted numbers don't fit into the columns. You can increase or decrease the number of decimal places so that it will fit in the column. To decrease the number of decimal places in the report, we're going to make sure the range C6 through E6 is still selected. On the Home tab, in the number group, click the Decrease Decimal button twice. The Decrease button points to the right. The cents are hidden for gross sales and the net change in sales. Number 3, at the bottom of page 17, we're going to click cell A3 or just click anywhere to deselect. Page 18. The comma style is identical to the accounting format, except that it does not place a currency symbol on the left edge of the cell. The advantage of using comma style and the accounting format together is that the numbers will be aligned in the column. Stefan asks you to apply the comma style to the remaining cells statistics. So we're going to select the non-adjacent range of C7 through E9, and then hold down the control button and select C11 through E11. On the Home tab in the number group, click the comma. Now the number is now too large to be displayed in the cell, in some of the cells. So in the number group, we're going to decrease again. So we're going to click twice. That removes 2 decimal places. Digits to the right of the decimal point are hidden for all selected cells, and all of the numbers are now visible. Click anywhere to deselect. Page 19. Notice that the net change value in cell E7 is displayed as, it's in parentheses, okay, with the parentheses indicating it is a negative net change, excuse me, so that the cost of cells decreased from the previous year into the current year. Now we're going to be displaying percentages. The percent style formats numbers as percentages with no decimal places so that a number such as 0.124 appears as 12%. Number 1, let's select the non-adjacent range F6 through F9. Okay, F6 through F9, and then hold down the control button and click on 11. Release, and then click on the percent style up in the numbers group. The values are displayed as percentages with no decimal places. Now in the number group, click the increase button twice. This will display the number including 2 decimal places. Click anywhere to deselect. The abbreviated format MM /DD/YYYY entered in the documentation sheet is referred to as the short date format. So I'm going to go back over to documentation. This is the short date format. The long date format displays the day of the week and the full month name in addition to the day of the month and the year. We're going to format the date in the long date format. So we're in the documentation sheet and we're going to select B5. And then we're going to the Home tab, go to the number group and click the number format arrow. This displays a list of number formats, and then we're going to choose long date. Right now it's short date. We're going to choose long date. The date is displayed with the weekday name, month name, day, and year. Notice that the date in the formula bar did not change because you changed only the display format, not the date value. Now, we're going to learn about other options for formatting cell content. You can format the appearance of individual cells by modifying the alignment of text within the cell, and you can indent cell text or add borders of different styles and colors. By default, text is aligned with the left edge of the cell, and numbers are aligned with the right edge of the cell. The bottom of page 20, look at the different alignment group buttons. On page 21, the date in the documentation sheet is right aligned because Excel treats dates and times as numbers. We need to left align it so it will look more attractive. So click on B5 and choose left align in the alignment group. Go to the sales report worksheet. Select the range C5 through F5. In the alignment group, click Center to center these headings. The column titles are centered in the cells. Sometimes you want a cell's content moved a few spaces from the cell's left edge. This is particularly useful to create subsections in a worksheet. I'm on page 21 towards the middle. We're going to indent the expense categories. Select the range B7 and B8. Click the Increase Indent button twice. All right, so that is located in the alignment group, and we're going to increase, which is to the right, twice. Each label indents 2 spaces in its cell. Another way to make financial data easier to read and interpret is with borders. We're going to be adding borders to the sales statistics data. Select the range B5 through F5. On the Home tab in the Font group, click Borders arrow, and then click Bottom Border. Bottom border, the very first one. A border is added below the column titles. Select the range B6, all right, so B6 through F6. In the font group, click Bottom Border. A border is added below the selected gross sales amount. Select the range B9, okay, through F9 and click the borders arrow, and then click Top Border. A border is added above the net profit loss amounts. Number 6 on page 22, select the range B11 through F11. Click the borders arrow and then choose top and bottom border. Top and bottom border. Deselect so you can see the borders. You can apply multiple formats to the same cell to create the look that best fits the data. For example, one cell might be formatted with a number format, alignments, borders, indents, fonts, font sizes, and so on. The monthly sales data needs to be formatted with number styles, alignments, indents, and borders. Okay, we're going to do this now. So to format the monthly sales data, number 1, select the range C26 through P46. All right, so here's C26 through P46. On the Home tab in the Number group, all right, click the comma style. And that adds the thousands separator to the values. In the Numbers group, click the Decrease Decimal button twice. Number 4, in the alignment group, click the top align button. Okay, we're going to go to the alignment top, and that places the numbers at the top of the cell, of each of the cells. Number 5, select the non-adjacent range. Okay, so that means we're going to deselect, and we're going to choose C25 through N25. Hold down the control and click P25. Release. All right, and then in the alignment group, we want to center. So we're going to center the labels. Okay, on page 23, select the range B26 through B45. Right, B26 through B45. Reduce the font size of the store addresses to 9 point. In the alignment group, click the Increase Indent button twice to indent the store addresses. Select the range B46 through N46. In the font group, click the Borders arrow, and then click All Borders. Select the range P25 through P46. P25 through P46. And choose All Borders. Click cell A23 to deselect, or click anywhere to deselect. Merging cells. You can merge or combine several cells into one cell. The Merge and Center button in the Alignment group on the Home tab includes the following options. Let me go up and click this down button so you can see. The Merge and Center. This merges the range into one cell and horizontally centers the content. Merge Across merges each row in the selected range across the columns in the range. Merge Cells merges the range into a single cell but does not horizontally center the cell content. And then the Unmerged Cells reverses a merge, returning the merged cell to a range of individual cells. Page 24, to merge the state name cells. Select the range A26 through A34. Oh, A26, right here, through A34. This contains containing the cells for the Washington stores. On the Home tab, in the Alignment group, click Merge and Center button. The range A26 through A24 merges into one cell with the cell reference as A26, and the text is centered and bottom aligned within the cell. Number 3, select the range A35 through A42 and click Merge and Center. The cells for stores in the state of Oregon are merged and centered. Select the range A43 through A45 and merge and center these. The merged cells make it easier to distinguish the stores in each state. Next, we will rotate the cells so that the state names are displayed vertically in merged cells. You can rotate cell text to any angle to save space or to provide visual interest to a worksheet. We're going to rotate the state names. Select the merged cell A26. On the Home tab in the Alignment group, click Orientation. So I'm going up here to Alignment. This is where it shows AB with an arrow pointing up. Choose Orientation to display a list of rotation options, and then we're going to choose Rotate Text Up. The state name rotates 90 degrees counterclockwise. In the Alignment group, click the Middle Align button. That vertically centered the rotated text in the merged cell. Repeat steps 2 and 3 for the merged contents in cells A35 and A43. We're going to click Organ, and then we're going to rotate text. Make sure rotate text up, and then mid-align. Go down to Idaho, and we're going to rotate text up, and then we're going to mid-align. Reduce the width of column A to 7 characters. Okay, I'm going to click on A, and I'm going to format column width, type a 7, and press Enter. And that takes up less horizontal space. Now select any cell to deselect. Okay, select, let's see here. Be sure to compare your work to the figure 2-18 on page 25. In addition to using the ribbon to apply formatting to a worksheet, you can also use the Format Cells dialog box to apply formatting. The Format Cells dialog box has 6 tabs, each focusing on a different set of formatting options. There's the number. Okay, let me come up here and go to the Format Cells. There's number, alignment, there's font. Let's see what else there is. Border, fill, and protection. Although you have applied many of these formats from the Home tab, the Format Cells dialog box presents them in a different way and provides more choices. We're going to use the Format Cells dialog box to format the column titles. Select the non-adjacent range A25. All right, so let's move up here. A25 through N25. Hold down the Control and click P25. On the Home tab, in the Font group, here's the Font group, click the dialog box launcher. It's located to the right of the group name. The Format Cells dialog box opens with the Font tab displayed. Here are the different tabs: number, alignment, font, border, fill, protection. Number 3 on page 26, click the color box. All right, so we're going to choose the color box. And then click the white background 1. Click the Fill tab. So now we need the Fill tab. We're going to choose a background option. In the background color section, click the green accent 6 theme color. All right, green accent 6 theme color. It's the last color in the first row. And then click OK. The dialog box closes and the font and the fill options you selected are applied to the selected cells. Use the Format Cells dialog box to change the appearance of the row titles. We're going to format the row titles. So select the range A26, right here, A26 through A45. Right-click the selected range and then choose Format Cells. So this is just another way to bring up the Format Cells dialog box. All right, let's see, Format Cells. The Format Cells dialog box opens with the last tab used displayed, which was the Fill tab. So in the background color section, we're going to click Gold Accent 4. And then we're going to click the Font tab at the top and click the color box and choose White Background 1. In the Size box, click 16. In the Font Style box, click Bold. And then click OK. The font and fill formats are applied to the state names. Scroll up and click A23. A23. Oh, to deselect. Well, you could have deselected anywhere. So save the workbook. And that concludes session 1 of Excel Chapter 2.